y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Man, the message that is about to go down today. Jonetta, what's up, sis? How you doing? Well, I just came from morning service, and transparency. You know, the man, he gave his testimony. This is a man of God that gave his testimony about how he was so caught up in sin and, you know, going through things in his marriage. Welcome, that the devil had him so blinded. And I can recall a time in my life when the devil had me so blinded, where I was married to my wife and I was going through some things. And I'll tell my testimony later on, but this man's testimony was so similar to mine. It blessed me because the man, he didn't preach, he didn't hoop, he didn't holler. Only thing he did was gave his testimony. And he gave about the story about David, when David sent Uriah out on the front line. Check this, right? The man's story was this. I'm going to go back. When I go to church, I'm going to scope this. The man's testimony was when he divorced his wife that he's back with now. He went and married another woman. Because the time he was married to his first wife, the woman he cheated on his wife with, she got pregnant with a baby. The baby ended up getting sick and the baby died 6 months into their marriage. And this is a marriage that he left his other wife for, but his current wife he went back to. And during the time this woman was so scorned, the baby she lost, this woman went and told the police that he raped her. He went and that's some of my story. I can tell you about it. Now he went and raped her, and he's under Elder Macklin in the Kojic Church. And this man of God, Elder Macklin, Bishop Macklin called this man and told him, "Hey, young man, you got a $350,000 bill. And they got to shoot to kill on you. They had a warrant to shoot to kill out on this man of God because the devil had his mind so gone that he had lost sight of God. And when you out of the will of God, the devil would take you out there in the desert and leave you. So when I come back and I spoke this afternoon's service, please stay tuned and I want you to hear this man's testimony. This preacher's a powerful man of God. The only thing this man did, he was just talk and gave his testimony. And I appreciate his transparency because let me tell y'all something, people of God. As being a prophet of God and walking in the office of a prophet, you have to be transparent. And Janetta, since you know what I'm talking about, I done heard your testimony, and y'all ain't even ready for my testimony. You have to buy the book because the thing is, things I done went through, and I can just give you a bit of my testimony. Is the fact that I was out with somebody that even my testimony about the same thing about this issue of being raped and all that stuff, and I did not do it. I was innocent. So if you can't be transparent today, how are you able to surrender to God? How are you able to surrender to God? How are you to give God your all and let God work throughout your mess and work throughout your strongholds, things that got you bound, where the enemy has got you blind? The enemy's got a lot of us blind. If you can't be transparent, how can you hear from God? So when I tune in, I'm going to scope my 11:30 service. It's going to be California time. I'm going to scope the 11:30 service. Please join in. I want you guys to hear this man's testimony and see how the enemy comes to sift us like wheat and to kill, steal, and destroy our marriages. And people going through is for people like Sister Prophet Janetta. I know you're not married, but women even who are not married, these are things that you might go through when you get married. So you got to prepare yourself. Just like I preached about yesterday, are you a son of God? Before God exalts you, before you even get your husband and your wife, for men, if you even get your wives, this is for men in on here, you have to look out because the enemy comes for your relationships. He comes for your marriages. I'm a married man, and I've been married 3 times. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I can't tell you all the hell that I've been through. But I can tell you, my testimony is going to get somebody else through. And this man's testimony is going to bless somebody. This preacher, this man of God, this elder, oh my God, he's going to bless you all. He's going to bless y'all because the transparency, it's a time to be transparent. If you can't be transparent and tell somebody about yourself and about the stuff you used to do and where you came from, boy, who are you? Who are you? Because it takes somebody to go through something to tell somebody else about it. Because, like I always say this, people, you got to tell somebody about your testimony and what you've been through. Because the fact what you've been through is going to help somebody get them over that hump. Because some people out there are almost on the verge of suicide, on the verge of death. But your testimony, and I this is my last thing, and I'm gonna say I'm getting off. A Caucasian man came to church today, and he's elder. He had to be about his late 60s or something like that. He talked to me, and I looked at him, and I discerned his spirit. And the Spirit of God just told me that those words for me. He said that, because same thing. He said, yes, brother. He said that word was just me, had my almost tears. I said, brother, it was the same thing with me. I said, I'm a young man in God. You're an older man. You're my elder. I said, but that word was for us. And I sit there and pray for him. And the man caught the Holy Ghost. When I sat there and prayed for him, I just sat there and witnessed for him and said, you know what? That was a word for you and I. Even as you're an elder, you're in your late 60s, I don't know how old he was, but I'm in my late 30s. And that word blessed both of us. And the man was just being transparent. It's not about the hooping and hollering. It's not about the, yeah. It ain't about, it's about just talking to people and being plain. It's a time to be transparent. So tune in at 11:30 California time. And you're it's times, whatever. Just tune in. I got something for you. Blessings.